personal, Jesus. Okay. Do I need this many decks today? Maybe. Hi, hello, welcome. Happy to get into this now that the eclipse portal is done. The energy feels entirely different to me now that Neptune is in Aries. I don't know about you guys. I did see a couple of astrologers be like, yeah, water signs feeling better now. And I'm like, yeah, by a factor of like a lot at the moment. These are going to be collective readings based on your zodiac sign. They do not have to be for your sun sign necessarily. It can be for your sun sign, your moon sign, rising, or any strong placement in your chart. So do me a favor, you guys. I love that my throat chakra has just been a bitch all day. Do me a favor, tap the screen, share this with your friends, let the For You page know that I am For You paging. We go in order from Aries all the way to Pisces. There is a recap at the end, and I do post these on my YouTube channel, so if you cannot stay for the whole thing or you're just swinging by to say hi and want to watch it later, go subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already subscribed there. We're going to start with Aries. How is Aries doing now that Neptune is in Aries? Again, I feel like the energy, that fog, that like fucking like heavy, thick pea soup fog of Neptune in late stage Pisces is gone. I know that he'll be that he'll be retrograding in a couple of months, but that's fine. I feel like the heaviness has lifted. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. We're going to start with Aries. Any particular, they're saying if you have, they being my spirit guides, if you guys have an Aries Virgo combination, so say like an Aries moon or a Virgo, or Aries moon, Virgo sun, vice versa, pay attention in particular. We're just going to get into it. I was hoping that this card would show up for one of you guys. It's giving very, we're done with the patriarchy. It's giving, it's time to rise. It's time to cut some carrots. It's time to cut some carrots. Thanks, Nia Simone. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. What else is going on for Aries this week? Now that the eclipse portal is through, now that Neptune is moving into Aries, I feel like Aries is just feeling themselves. This is just vibes that I'm picking up for Aries. I'm getting a lot of heart opening. I'm getting a lot of release. There might be some grief that has purged since the eclipse. I feel some laughter though coming in for Aries. Yeah, lots of letting go. Lots of release valve energy. Hello, Merchant Woo. How you doing? All right, so Aries, here's your message for this week. Because there has been this big release, this feels like honestly the act of going no contact with like a not so great person. I feel this on dad's side of the family. Maybe your parents or your parent has been kind of like absorbed into certain cult-like thinking that there seems to be no return from, which I think there is, but maybe right now is not the time. It's giving, I will not let this person talk down to me anymore. I will not, what is going on? Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I don't like doing that on camera. It's giving, fuck the patriarchy. It's giving, I've had enough. And this cord cutting, this cord cutting that you have taken action around is helping you let go and helping you connect to your own vulnerability. And into your own emotional body in a way that feels very, very safe. It's also kind of giving, I didn't realize I was attracted to the same gender as I am, and now I'm recognizing it, and I'm just going for it, and it's completely changing my life. I don't think you guys understand the kind of energetic shift that happens when you recognize your own authenticity, specifically in that way. If you've been in denial that you've been attracted to a particular gender, or a person or whatever, and then suddenly you're like, you know what, I'm gonna deconstruct all of the programming that told me I wasn't allowed to have or feel those things, and now you're stepping into it. The euphoria that you get from that, you can't bottle it and sell it. There's nothing that comes close to stepping into that truth. Oh, thank you, you're too honest, BFF. There's nothing that comes, like, especially when you recognize how much stuff has been kind of locked away within you that makes you who you actually are. So this does, to a certain degree, feel like some kind of coming out story. It doesn't just have to be regarding romantic love. It could just be coming out into who you actually are. Maybe you're unmasking for the first time. It's giving unmasking, but it's giving that I have to actually cut cords to get there. And again, I am feeling some kind of aggressive male energy coming in that you are setting a boundary around. This could be socio-political to a certain degree. That might be part of this take action energy that I have here. I know there is a day of action scheduled on the 5th, I believe. Anyway, Aries, I kind of love this for you. This is a beautiful story. This is a beautiful journey. I feel like there's been a lot of effort to get here, but you've finally given yourself permission to just step into your own power. So I'm going to put cord cutting and release for Aries. Taurus is next. Any particular Taurus? Taurus, Venus, listen up in particular. And if you have a Taurus-Leo combination, perk up your ears. Just moving in. Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for tapping the screen, friends. Taurus. Oh, what's going on here? Taurus, I'm feeling pain in the heart. And I feel like you need to find an Aries friend to kind of maybe lift you up right now and give you a little bit of like, it feels like a motivational kick in the ass versus just like coddling. Cat spirit fingers, hello. Solitariness. Whew. I keep hearing baby daddy or something like that. Honor your body as a friend. Taurus, what's going on? They're also saying cave in. I feel like we're caving in. Something's collapsing, something, but like there are some breakdowns that are necessary and good. Okay, it's necessary sometimes to break stuff down so we can rebuild in a way that feels more formatted to our authenticity. I don't like this cave-in energy though, because it feels like you're giving up, and I don't want to see you give up. And again, sometimes surrender is necessary and giving certain things or ideas up is important, but this feels like you're giving up on yourself. And baby boo, no. This runs in the family. They're saying this is connected to something that's inherited mental health-wise from mom's side specifically. Because this is something that you've dealt with before. This is something that maybe you've also witnessed on mom's side of the family and certain family members. Stop giving up on yourself and stop letting them treat you the way that they've been treating you. It's not, I can't say this for you because this is my story and not yours. I would rather be alone. Alone does not mean lonely. I would rather be alone than be with somebody who does not respect me and neglects me, who says they're going to keep promises and doesn't. There's a lot of relationship energy showing up with Taurus right now. I have you taking this out on yourself in a way that is not kind. I'm getting body judgment. I'm looking in the mirror, and I have all of these stories that I'm attaching as to why this is bad. Says who? Where did you learn that from? Because I bet that's not coming from you. Not to sound like a love and light bitch, but bodies are fucking beautiful. Period. Like, and no one body looks the same. And I remember a year ago, there was a creator on TikTok that called the fact that like, dangerous levels of like eating EDs were going to start presenting themselves in social media, and that the whole like skinny chic was coming back in. Dude, certain bodies are not meant to be thin, and certain bodies are meant to be thin. It just is your makeup and who you are. So maybe stop talking shit about your body, Taurus. That's the kick in the ass that I kind of want your Aries friend to give you. I have solitariness, and I think you're confusing solitude with loneliness. I want to see you move away from toxic relationships, period. Because you're not going to be alone forever. You're not going to be alone forever. You might not even be alone, period. When you purge toxic relationships, you make room for healthy relationships. And it might be foreign, especially if you come from a long established trauma history. Having a healthy, whole, healed partner or like friends might be very confusing to the nervous system because you're always anticipating somebody doing something shitty to you. Therapy for everybody. Get you a trauma-informed counselor and heal, because this collapse is not serving you, especially if you have kids. Your babies need you and you don't want to continue. And this is not to guilt or shame, but this is more of like a reality check. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Mystic Mandy. Your babies need you to set an example for them on how to be empowered, set boundaries, and be healthy. Okay. Thinker, thank you for the follow. Last card. I have reclaim. Actually, I don't think I should do this one either. I had the Three of Swords. This is like that abandonment. He doesn't love me, or he says he loves me and then he walks away. And then this reclaim your crown bitch energy. That's your Aries friend coming in and being like, you're better than this. You're better than he's telling you. Okay. But you have to decide that for yourself also. Okay. So, reclaim, rebuild is what I'm going to put for Taurus. Thinker, thank you for the follow. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. We're moving to Gemini, which I will not forget this time. Absolutely. The more we focus on ourselves and heal, the better we can show up for everyone around. It's an act of service to be kind to yourself. If you, I needed that motivation personally when I began my self-healing journey, because the self-hatred ran so fucking deep that I needed it. I'm a people pleaser. I'm a healer. I live to make people feel better and happy. So I realized that the most authentic way I could do that was by setting the example that it's okay to love myself. Like, I literally got into this journey so I could be of service to other people initially, and it changed my life. So if you need that as a motivation, the world needs more people who are awake and empowered, period. Our kids need it too, desperately. It takes a lot of practice. For me, it's going to be a lifetime of practice, but it's practice that I've gotten to really enjoy, because when you start to love yourself and empower yourself and surround yourself with healthy and whole people, like, reality becomes so fucking magical and beautiful. It's not that it's not magical and beautiful in other ways too, but the dimension of it just, it's like when they tell you life can be a work of art, they're not kidding. They're not kidding. Any particular Gemini? Gemini, Virgo. Hello, Muffy. How are you? Gemini, if you have Gemini and Virgo placements, listen up. Lots of mutable energy coming through right now. Judgment, fecundity. Gemini, I'm feeling a sacral activation right now, but it feels uncomfortable. You might be on your cycle if you have a uterus, but there's like a pinch there. I want to tell one of you, if you are afraid of going to the doctor, I understand, but like, if you've been putting off reproductive health stuff, now is the time to go in. I'm not trying to scare you, but like, there is something coming through here that just feels like something needs attention, and you're like, no, like, no, stop it. Stop. We need to stop treating our bodies like an afterthought. Like, for real though, for real. Yay, new cardigan, make everything better. A deck for what chakra to focus on. Not a deck necessarily. Hold on though. Let me get into Gemini really quick. So I have Judgment showing up here. This is awakening, but this feels like wake up call energy specifically. This has to do with something going on with the sacral. This might be physical for some of you. Go to the fucking doctor and get your checkups. Get your fucking checkups. Get your fucking checkups and take care of your fucking body. You only have one. You only have one body. Okay, we're not at that point in the timeline where we can just jump into different fucking bodies, okay? Which would be kind of cool. I think that'd be fun. I would love to not have a connective tissue disorder and chronic pain and to be able to eat gluten again, but we're not there. We're not there. If this is not physical, like if you're not in the category of somebody who's like avoiding going to the doctor and taking care of yourself, I want you to think of what is ruled by the sacral in your life and what you're feeling avoidant around. Are you avoiding creating something? Are you avoiding tapping into your imagination? I'm also feeling, in a similar vein to Taurus, a little bit of like self-negation, self-judgment, self-critique, but it feels like frustration that you're directing a little bit in a way that's not productive. So you need to be brave right now. This is part of what Neptune and Aries is going to do for a lot of us. Many of us who have been kind of like swimming in that Piscean energy of like just wanting everybody to get along and wanting everything to just be fine. That people pleasing stuff. Not enough. That's going to be changing. There's some shadow work around this Gemini. This is not necessarily fun or easy. And it feels really connected to the eclipse that we just had too. So I want you to look at where Aries is in your chart and see what's being activated for you right now. I have protection. You do have higher ups that are looking out for you, but I feel that more as a call to protect your fucking self. So Mystic Mandy, trafficked as a child, not sure why I can't have kids. If you want to hang out afterwards, if you want to book a session with me, I do body channeling as one of the offerings on my website, where we kind of go into different energy portals to figure out what's going on. My only recommendation is that you also have a doctor. So like I'm obviously not a medically trained professional. So But it's time to be brave. It's time to actually, like, one thing you can do, this is for everybody. If you have something going on in your body, it's an imagination exercise, but I want you to imagine that there's like an intelligence wherever you're kind of like concerned, and talk to your body directly like it's a person. Get a pen and get some paper and write down what comes up. Be like, hey babe, what's going on? What's the deal? You might only get sensations, colors, or whatever, but still write that down, because the body is very smart and the body will talk to you. The body will communicate with you. My body's been really, really keen lately on telling me what it does and doesn't want to eat. And I suffer fucking consequences if I go against that. Yesterday, I really wanted In-N-Out Burger. My body said, please don't. And I did. And I was like a wreck all night from it. So Gemini, listen to your body. Take care of yourself. Don't put yourself off, okay? Cancer. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Thanks for sharing with your friends. I think we're getting to a point, Mystic Mandy, this is going to sound a little weird. It's a download I might usually reserve for my patrons, but I think we're going to get to the point where if the medicines we're taking are not aligned authentically with who we are as like a consciousness and a spirit, our body's just going to reject them. This is why I keep telling people in my Patreon to watch the alterants, specifically alcohol, because it's, even if you are not like, if it's not a problem, it's going to become a problem more and more and more, because the energy of alcohol, as we use it, at least in the West, is very fucking unhealthy and very, very dangerous. And our bodies are going to start fucking hating it more and more and more. It's telling you right now. Any particular Cancer placements? Cancer, Leo, and Cancer rising. Listen up in particular. Let's see what we have coming up this week. Congratulations, Starlight. Congratulations. Okay, what's going on, Cancer? What is this that I'm picking up on? Is this Hecate? She's been coming. Maybe I need to start working with her, because she shows up so frequently when I'm doing these lives and in readings. Speaking of Cancer, beware the happy toxins. Speaking of using certain alterants, happy toxins for you, though, isn't just alcohol. This is social media. This is social media, whatever it is you're consuming, getting too locked into algorithms that aren't serving you or anybody else. And just like Gemini, I have this protection energy showing up for you. You need to protect your heart space, Cancer. That's what's showing up for you the most right now. You're very, very spongy energetically at the moment, and what you're consuming and absorbing is like really getting into you and possibly programming you subconsciously out of your authenticity. That's the beware the happy toxins. And happy toxins just means dopamine, 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 dopamine. Some of you, and this is feeling socio-political a little bit as well, and I'm not telling you guys not to take action or to do what feels right for you when it comes to social justice and all that stuff, but you're getting propagandized. I don't know how else to say this, and you're going to have to sit with this and feel if it's true for you, first of all, but you're getting propagandized by people on this app. If you guys think that there aren't psyop, if there's not, there's so much, I'm not allowed to talk about this. I just got tongue-tied. Be careful with what you are consuming, especially on TikTok and all of these places, because a lot of this stuff is coming from a shadowy place. It's playing off of your fear. It's playing off of your anger. It's playing off of your want for justice. It's playing off of your better nature to turn you into an anger machine. Anger can be productive and sacred and wonderful and transformational, but if you're noticing that you're chronically angry all the time, you're chronically upset because of what you're consuming online, stop and take a break. Go touch some fucking grass. The bad news has always been out there. The bad people have always been out there. Fascism has always been here. Always. It was, I talked about this in my Patreon as well. It was founded on principles of that. Taking, stealing, colonialism, all of it, right? We're just seeing it. We're just seeing it. That's the apocalypse, is the unveiling. We're seeing everything for what it actually is. But some of you guys, especially Cancer, you're getting too focused on what isn't working and on what you hate. And you're turning into the people that you hate as a result. I hate to be that bitch, but you are. Because the other side that you are so up in arms against, they also exist in a constant state of fear and anger and wanting to fight. And you guys are just like, they're just pitting you guys against each other. So, I know you want to be strong. And especially through the feminine, this is that Hecate energy. Take a break from the phone. and see what changes in your mental health, please. And thank you. Okay. I'm not telling you guys not to pay attention and to not fight for what is right and human rights. It is a trans day of visibility today, I believe. So like this shit is important, but when you're existing in this chronic state of like everyone else is the enemy, no. That I don't like that. I don't like that. This is so Star Wars coded. That would make sense. All right, Aries, I already did. I will do a recap at the end, and you guys can follow my YouTube channel. I will post this later today if you guys want to watch it, if you can't stay for the whole thing. So Cancer, get off the phone. For real. Some of you, it's not even the socio-political stuff. Some of it, it's just like messy TikTok drama. And yes, that can be really fun, but like, I'm just getting that like something is preying off of your empathy in a way that's like really not constructive to you, and it's pulling you out of yourself and like minding everybody else's business instead of minding your own business. Okay, Leo. So I'm not really doing chakra readings right now, Starlight. It's more like if I feel there's an activation, I just bring it through in the reading. We should be working on all of our chakras all the time though. Just holistic, be more holistic with it. Leo, any particular Leo placements? Leo, Gemini. You have some combination they're in. 10 of Cups. Ooh. What's this for Leo? Leo. I like what's getting put down here for Leo. Hold on. Virgo will be next. Leo, it's giving like holding myself back energy. This is the second. Who was it that also had reclaim show up for them? I think it was Taurus. I have reclaim power showing up here for Leo. And this is specific to root chakra, sacral chakra. I have sacred, I mean, like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to like post it. It says sacred schmexuality, the creator. The 10 of Cups, which is like enjoying time with others in like a really big way. I have adventure showing up for Leo, and then quiet the anxiety monster. A couple different things that are showing up here. If you want to go on a trip, go take a trip. I know there's a little bit of concern right now about traveling in and out of the United States. So listen to your gut with that. I know that there's a lot of people who are not traveling in and out just because things are getting a little fucked up more so than they have been. It's going to be so bad for business. I don't know what they're anyway, but go take that trip. Even if it's a road trip, go do the thing that you're like afraid to do is kind of what I want to give Leo. And it's also giving, I really want to ask this person out and I'm afraid to. I just had this incredible conversation with a friend of mine about how there's this weird, not weird, but an overcorrection right now kind of in conversation when it comes to wanting romantic love or intimacy, because we're all so afraid of setting off each other's triggers. We're all so afraid of crossing boundaries because we want to be respectful and we want to honor people, to the point that we're getting avoidant in engaging or initiating certain kinds of relationships. And I think to a certain degree that's, you know, there's wisdom. There's, hi Shane. But I also think that we're getting close to like contracting to a point where we're just avoiding each other and avoiding having some really powerful and intimate conversations that lead to deeper intimacy. So Leo, what are you afraid of? I want you to do some journaling around the thing that you want the most, but you're super afraid to go get because you have to take some step or have some conversation or make some commitment to it. And then I want you to identify in your body where you're holding on to that anxiety, this little anxiety monster. And then I just want you to put a hand there. I want you to breathe into it. I just want you to notice it. And then maybe ask permission for that part to hear that doing this thing might be really, really good for you. It might be really, really good for the entire timeline. So I'm going to say do the thing that scares you, but not like impulsively where you're like forcing yourself past your own boundaries, but with wisdom. So do the thing that scares you for Leo. Because there's something amazing that feels like it's waiting to meet you. This feels like maybe a manifestation. This might be something that you don't see coming though, and this might be a relationship that you've been wanting. And like, it doesn't necessarily just have to be romantic, although this sacred schmexuality card would suggest otherwise. There's like potent, I mean, it's also springtime, so people are going to be like wearing their come fuck me heels and shit. Excuse me. Virgo. All Virgo placements. If you have Virgo and like a Libra rising or Libra sun, listen up in particular. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Oh, shit. The fuck? 2 showing up for Libra. 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. What is this for Virgo? Virgo, Cap, Virgo. Ugh. Virgo, you've got like double cards showing up with every deck. So you've got a lot going on right now. Virgo, I'm curious to know in the chat if there's any like business owners, if you're in some kind of leadership position at work, if you just have a lot going on. There's something about home renovation that's coming in too for one of you, and being in charge of that. There's a lot going on for Virgo right now. And it's not bad. It just feels busy, and a little bit confusing, but I think manageable. You own your own vintage resale store. Okay, so you're in a place of high receptivity right now, which can be really great, but sometimes a little bit overwhelming because it feels like all of your blessings or all of your manifestations are just like hitting right now all at once. And they're saying you needed to wait for that eclipse to clear out, because something needed to clear out for all of this to really kind of like pick up steam. I kind of feel you in your element. I kind of feel like even though there's a lot going on, you're like, I was born for this. I was made for this. I have you as the Queen of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. This is like financial security, feeling like you've got, like, I feel a solar plexus activation. I feel like we're just trucking along. We're doing what we're meant to do. I have attraction and then to make equal showing up here. You guys can see that for Virgo. And then transition. Things are going to get so good for you. I just need to tell you, Virgo, things are going to get so good for you. You're aligned. I think you've had to surrender a little bit of perfectionism to get here. If you're a Virgo or have Virgo placements and you're like, this is not me, I'm not there yet, I want you to ask yourself, like, what am I trying to control that I have no control over? Because this reading feels like it's for those of you with Virgo placements that are very like locked in and you're like, nope, I have to make decisions for this. I feel good making decisions about this. I like having this much like clay to work with to sculpt my timeline. But if those of you with Virgo placements are kind of like where's my money? Like, where is it? I don't know whether I said where's my money, but there's like, where is it? What are you trying to control too much? I keep hearing perfectionism. I know that's very cliche with Virgo, but like perfect doesn't exist. I actually read this incredible line. Maybe I can find it. I'm reading Bleach right now, the manga, and occasionally Kubo, he's a good writer. Like there's a couple of lines that really like capture me in this shonen. And there was something that one of the characters said about perfection that completely blew my mind. And let me see if I can find it because it was so relevant and so true. Okay, it says, do you understand perfection means despair? Scientists always struggle with that contradiction. They must, hold on, where is it? Okay, perfection is a dead end. It leaves no room for innovation or improvement or for wisdom or for talent. Virgo, I want you to hear me when I say this again because I found it. Perfection is a dead end. It leaves no room for innovation or improvement or wisdom or talent. Do you understand? This guy's a scientist. He's like, for us, perfection means despair. Be greater than all that's come before, but never be perfect. Scientists also struggle with that always struggle with that contradiction, but they must also find pleasure in it. Nothing in this world is perfect. That's why the average person yearns for perfection. But is perfection really desirable? I think not. It's empty, stagnant. I abhor perfection. I like, my jaw dropped when I read that. I have a moon in Virgo in my first house, so I've struggled with this like my entire life. Bleach is so good. I'm gonna go off on Bleach when we're done with the readings because I'm kind of obsessed with it. It took me a little while to get into it, and now I'm fucking obsessed. The fashion, the way the characters serve in Bleach is like so insane. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Virgo. If not, drop the perfectionism. Perfect. I'm going to make a TikTok video with that quote because I think more people need to hear it. It's so good. Hello, Elvina. Long time no see. How are you? Hello. I haven't watched the anime yet because it's not on Crunchyroll, and I'm trying to be very mindful about how many subscription services I actually have. I think right now the only one I have is Crunchyroll, and I'm very proud of myself about that. But I guess Bleach is on Hulu or something. I don't know. Hello, Ametro. Hey, Lonnie, me too. Or Lonnie, please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Quick little midpoint self-promotion before we jump into Libra and the rest. Thank you for tapping the screen, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me here. My name is Nimue. I'm a professional psychic, intuitive, spirit medium, and channel. I do these once a week just to kind of see into the incoming energies based on your zodiac sign. I will post this on my YouTube channel later if you cannot stay for the whole thing. If you want to book with me one-on-one, the link is in my bio. I do cards, but there are also a lot of other offerings I have on there, including spirit guide meet and greet. I do evidential mediumship. My favorites are galactic channeling and interpersonal coaching with IFS level 1. It's the shit. If I could do it every day, all day, every day, that's all I would do. Anything else? Oh, I have a Patreon. I have a lovely, wonderful, thriving Patreon. We have a wonderful community. I do 4 to 6 lives a month there. Lots of personal card pulls. I do a lot more of my like channeling stuff on there because I think TikTok's kind of weird about that. So if you're trying to talk to some for entertainment purposes only, that's where you're going to find it. Thank you. I got them at CVS. They're press-ons. Libra. All Libra placements. I've got nothing to prove. All right, what's going on with Libra? Page of Swords. Fluidity. Feeling something going on in my arm, my right arm. Feels like a pinched nerve. What is this? Libra, there's a lot of somatic and body stuff coming in for you guys this week. This looks like Melody from Hunter x Hunter, if you guys are familiar, speaking of anime. Does it not? That looks exactly like her. That's you in the arm. I have done Taurus already. I will do a recap at the end, and also I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube channel later if you guys want to watch later in the day or in the week. Okay, zeroing in on this pinched nerve, this pain going on for Libra. Yes, there is a little bit of a physiological component, obviously a physiological component to it, or it wouldn't be registering as physical pain, but this is a self-worth issue. This is an authenticity issue. This is trying to be somebody that you know you fucking aren't. And like, this isn't so subconscious that you don't know what I'm talking about. But I keep feeling like I'm saying one thing, but I'm saying it out the side of my mouth. And there's energy that's getting trapped, like in my pecs, throughout my arm, a little bit into my neck and jaw. But it's trapped energy because you're not saying something that you mean. I have the Page of Swords. So this is like the mental, like what I'm communicating, what I'm saying. There is an inner child activation around this as well. So it might be that you're saying something that you don't mean because the child version of you is afraid of punishment or afraid of consequences if you're actually honest about what's going on and who you are. I have Paradox. So this might be a little tricky to kind of figure out. It feels like just accepting a shadow part of yourself. It feels like accepting that, kind of like with Virgo, that I'm not perfect. None of us are. It doesn't exist because as, what's his name? Not Mayuri. What's his fucking name? I'm still struggling with all the names in Bleach. Because some of them are very, very long and in languages that don't make entire sense to me. The guy that I just quoted, perfection is stagnation. So like there's something stuck. There's something stuck there, and they're asking you to bring a water element into this to allow yourself some forgiveness around something. This also feels a little bit like I want to tell someone off. I want to tell that person they're a fucking bitch, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to rock the boat. I cannot emphasize enough the magic and the power of writing a letter or an email and not sending it, where you say exactly what you fucking mean. I've done this throughout my entire adult life. I have never sent one of those letters because I've never had to. I get it out in the letter, I tear it up or I delete it and I'm good. But I have to voice my truth. I have to voice like, I think you are X, Y, and Z. And I can say the most vile, horrifying, non-compassionate, non-wise things, and that person will never see it. They don't have to, because I just need to get it out. Okay? There's self-worth stuff coming up for you, Libra. Self-worth. So I have self-worth, and then be yourself. Be yourself. I wonder if Melody inspired this character. They look honestly identical. If you guys have not watched Hunter x Hunter, Melody is this very sweet character that looks exactly like this. They're a musician. Their whole like fighting power is through playing their flute. She has a really sweet little voice. What is going on here? I thought this guy was talking about Bleach when he was talking about demon summoning. Wild. My demon summoning. If only. Let's see. I'm going to just check the comments here. Right leg injury. Kiloa's bestie. Love your cards. The artwork is superb. I'm very picky about my decks. Very, very picky. Going to the doctor for my autism evaluation. Family doesn't know. They don't have to. They don't have to. That belongs to you. That belongs to you, my love. And I hope that you get the answers that you need. Okay, so for Libra, I'm just going to write down, how do I want to put this? Release. I don't know how I want to write. I'm trying to figure out how to like succinctly write this down. Say what you mean. Say or write what you mean. Okay, see if that doesn't help some of the physical symptoms that you have going on. I have not done Capricorn yet. They're coming up in I have Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn. Scorpio. Thank you for the follow, Faceless Wanderer. Scorpio, Libra. I don't know why Libra's getting looped into a lot of this stuff. If you have Scorpio and Libra placement, Libra? Yeah, Libra. What's up, Libra? Listen up. Not yet. We're getting there. Scorpio. Ace of Wands. Cleansing. I feel like a giant yawn. Like I just woke up from the best sleep ever for Scorpio. I feel very targeted in this reading being a Scorpio myself because this is exactly how I'm fucking feeling right now. Peter, thank you for the follow. Fate. Fertility. I'm getting a lot of like fecundity, fertility. I think again, it's this Neptune and Aries, this kind of like rejuvenation, this new energy kind of coming in for all of us. Did I forget anything? Let me sit with this for a second. Tell me about the Fate card for Scorpio. Hello from New Jersey. Wands, lots of Wands energy. Scorpio, you are not much is fated in this life, I don't think. I think that it's mostly run on free will and vibes. But in this case, for this week, you are fated to be that bitch. You are fated to be her. You are she. And that's going to mean something different for everyone who's watching this, everyone who has a Scorpio placement. But she is unapologetic. I feel a massive opening through my throat chakra. She is gorgeous, no matter what. No matter what you tell her, she's fucking gorgeous. She walks into a room and heads turn. She's inspirational. She has a lot to bring to the table. She has a lot to bring for herself. I'm feeling nourishment. I'm feeling self-satisfied. And I do feel like there was some kind of effort to get you to this point. I've been pulling this card a lot. If you guys actually go onto my YouTube channel, I posted an April forecast for all fire signs. I go through all the different elements eventually, but this card showed up a lot for fire signs because of that Piscean, Neptunian shit lifting and going away. We do still have a lot of stuff in the later degrees of Pisces, and that's going to be impacting our entire month in very actually dramatic ways. But with Neptune kind of jumping, this big generational planet finally moving into Aries, out of that culmination of all that Piscean energy, we're getting a lot more clarity. We're getting a lot. I think that's where that yawn came in, or that breath of fresh air. I have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands showing up for Scorpio. I have fertility showing up for Scorpio. I have fate showing up for Scorpio. There's something that you've been waiting to see yourself do, that you were always going to do no matter what. You are always going to be the hero of your own story in a way that feels meaningful. You will never not develop and create meaning in your life. It's impossible for you not to. You're an artist. Whether or not you put something on the page, whether or not you're writing something, Scorpio, like you are an artist. Like the way that you move through life, the way that you interpret emotions, the way your imagination functions, you're an artist. And you always will be. I think that's the she, that's the her, that's like who you're fated to be. If you're dealing, because I think this is coming from maybe up until the eclipse portal, you were wrestling with some major insecurity about like not self-worth so much, but well, yeah, I guess self-worth. What do I bring to the table? Do I still have my magic? Am I even that person? Of course you are. Sometimes shadow work be shadowing really, really hard. So I'm just going to write she for Scorpio. I absolutely will. And Starlight and Metro, if I forget, will you please remind me? I'll do it after Pisces. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Sagittarius is next. Hi, Dana. How you doing, my love? Folks, I'm pretty sure most of you guys that are in here already follow Miss Dana Willie, but please give her a follow. Wonderful reader and evidential medium and friend. Sagittarius and Virgo. So if you have a combination of Sag placements and yeah, I'm feeling awesome today. Today feels like it's literally Neptune into Aries and like the whole new world. Sag. Whew, Sag. This is spicy. I kind of love this. Sag, okay, a little bit similar to what I was telling Cancer, except this feels a little bit more like volatile. I've been pulling this fucking fertility card for everybody, it feels like this week. Things are like growing, things are abundant, things are rich right now energetically, and they will be all month. There's a lot of North Node activation with Venus, with Mercury. There's going to be a conjunction with Venus and Saturn. Or is it Saturn in the North Node? I think it's Saturn in the North Node. There's a lot of just like fated major pulse points that are going to be like throbbing throughout the month of April. It's going to be a great month to get inspired and possibly also create. Now, Sag. There's a Two of Wands card here, which is always about making a decision, a choice about what we want and how we want to get it. And this other Wands image with the revolutionary showing up here. And then I have speaking your word, and I have mind that monkey. Here's what I want to tell you, because this is also giving very social justice. Again, we have a day of action, I believe, on the 5th. There's going to be singing and dancing all over the country in like really, really big ways that I'm sure the media will report on avidly and correctly. I'm sure they'll do that for us. What I want to tell you, Sag, is go with the vibe, go with whatever momentum you have. If you're carrying, if you're a community leader, if you're building, if you're going to be singing and dancing on the ground, if you want to be that person. But I do need to tell you, and this is a word of caution, watch what you fucking say on the internet right now. I feel like that's should be a given no matter what the administration is. Like there's freedom of speech is selective with who it wants to. You guys get me? They're already getting me tongue tied about talking about this even. Be fucking careful what you say online. If you go to the singing and dancing, take steps and protective measures for yourself. You know what that looks like. If you don't know what that looks like, there's tons of information online about like what to bring, what not to bring, what to sing and what not to sing, so to speak. Because there's this instigative, like, I want to start some shit energy going on, and that's all well and good. But things are alarming at the moment, and I'm just telling you to do what you feel like you need to do, but also don't say something fucking stupid. Some of the stuff I see people saying on TikTok, I'm like, they're either feds that are trying to get people roped into that, or they're just fucking Like, okay, that's okay. I'm not victim blaming if anything bad happens, but just I don't need to keep saying it. Stay safe out there. Watch your mouth online, Sag. You and Gemini both, like, you sometimes just say like it just comes out, and sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's what people need to kind of get activated and woken up. But sometimes it's not the wisest in the moment, okay? Capricorn. Capricorn, Aries. If you have a combination of Capricorn and Aries placements, specifically rising, Aries rising, so that's, and Scorpio, it feels like. Capricorn. Whoa, that's a bit much. Can we narrow? Capricorn, we got a lot of shit going on right now. Like, Jesus Christ. They're like, yes. And the Empress just showed up on her side. Is one of you dealing with a sick relative with Capricorn? I'm feeling, or I don't know if this is somebody coming through on the other side either. I don't think so, though. This feels like lung stuff, emphysema. I'm having trouble breathing. And it feels like it could be a family member. This just showed up on its side. Nose to sick relative. I need you to be careful with your lungs then, Capricorn. There's something really sticky and rough coming through here. This could be an allergic reaction to something, but it's giving like I'm breathing something in that I shouldn't be also. So I just want to get that out of the way. Discipline. This could be like your mom had that. Is your mom in spirit, Sherry? And do you have Capricorn placements? You've had a sore throat-ish. Okay. She's in spirit. And are you also a Capricorn? Because this might be a message coming in for you too. It's very, did she drink? There's also, I don't want to just completely derail out of the collective reading for Capricorn, but I'm also feeling somebody who had some kind of, there's a lot of something in my system that's making me very, very dizzy and a little bit of vertigo, but also makes me feel a little good. So I don't know if this is a some kind of alternate in the system that she had to take that also had this kind of like effect on her. I'm also feeling a lot of warmth moving down my legs, like I've just had something and it's impacting me this way. Again, I'm trying not to derail too much, and Sherry, maybe stick around. Maybe we can do a little bit of connecting when we're done with everybody. Just take this as a postcard from her. Capricorn, I want you to look at the colors that are showing up here for you because they're consistent. It's like this interesting sort of like dark green, this very woodsy green that's showing up for you. So I want you to think about how that color might mean something to you. I'm feeling this is tricky. Manifestation, time, surrender, alchemize pain. This is getting me really emotional too for Capricorn. Okay, if this is somebody else coming in, could I just ask you to pull back a little bit till we're ready? Okay. Capricorn, if you've been struggling with any kind of addiction, any kind of overcompensation, if you've been in a lot of pain and there's been a behavior or something that you've been indulging in again and again to kind of mitigate what it is, I think this just feels like a huge invitation to forgive yourself and look at the situation compassionately versus with judgment. I think this is coming from a mother wound. I think that's why the Empress, like sometimes when I draw a card, it doesn't show up reversed or upright. It shows up on its side. And I find this to be an even more challenging position. Like reversals honestly aren't always challenging. Reversals to me just mean that there's like a narrowing of energy for some reason. When a card is on its side like this, there's like, it's almost like, the energy's here, but you're trying to go this way. There's like a block. There's some kind of resistance. There's some kind of avoidance around it in a really strong way, or like a refusal to engage in a way that feels in alignment. And I don't know why this is making me want to cry so much. Like I'm feeling a flood of emotion from this reading for Capricorn. This feels like the self-judgment. This feels like the, like if I want to give it a name, say that you're somebody who moves to alcohol or moves to like a video game, like whatever it is, they're just telling you like, look, this just is how you cope right now. This is what you learned. This is coming from a very real place that I think, given the level of emotion I'm feeling for Capricorn, is just asking for healing and love. It is going to take a certain amount of discipline, meaning, like whenever the word discipline shows up, we're not talking about punishment. We're not talking about, you know, being mad or angry. We're talking about a promise that we're attempting to keep. That's all discipline is trying again and again and trying again and again. That's all it is. Neutral. It's neutral energy, if we're being honest. You can't spiritually bypass this, whatever this is. Whatever this pain is, this alchemized pain energy, you're not going to be able to, it's not going to go away with this coping mechanism currently. And I think that's where the surrender is coming in. There's two things. It's like accepting that this is where I'm at, and that's fine. This is what I learned. This is who I am right now. And accepting that if I want to change it, it's going to take a certain amount of time. I'm okay with that. Eventually you'll get okay with that. I promise you. And that we're not going to beat ourselves up to get there, but we're going to get there. We're just going to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. How is this resonating with Capricorn placements? That was a heavy download for y'all. Be kind, and then I'm just going to write addiction or addictive. Addiction isn't just a chemical thing either, by the way. Like my biggest addiction is my phone, honestly. I've managed to cut out all of the other ones for the most part, but my phone is... Sherry, I don't know how much of that emotional intensity was also her coming through. There was a lot of blending going on between the collective message and what she had, but I don't know if that was like an apology or something, but there was just a very heavy, like, whoo, compensating behaviors. Yeah, totally. Aquarius is next. Any particular... Okay. I felt her pull back after I got that message, so you guys are welcome. Hooey. Aquarius. Aquarius and Virgo. If you have Aquarius and Virgo placements. I've been pulling this Queen of Wands card. It's that Aries energy coming in all day. Purity. 33 might be a sync for a couple of you guys. Nature. Let me sit with this for Aquarius. This is similar color scheme to Capricorn, actually. Okay, I've got this kind of like nighttime, woodsy energy showing up for you. And the Queen of Wands. You know what this is giving? And if this isn't specific to you as an Aquarius, just think of how you might be able to apply the idea around this. But it's giving I want to save the world through working with the earth. It's giving I have a lot of energy right now to maybe grow a garden for the first time, to make a flower essence, to clean up the beach. I picked up trash at the beach yesterday when I was walking down it, because people were just trashing the fucking beach yesterday. I was getting really frustrated. It was people coming in from out of state and just like chip bags everywhere. So I don't know about you guys, but if I see trash in a natural place, I fucking pick it up and I throw it away. So that's the kind of energy with this Queen of Wands. And then I have this nature, where is it? This nature card showing up here. I have purity, so it's giving like I want this world to be a clean and healthy place for me. It's giving cycles. I think you're able to see that things might be going a certain direction. You want to do something about it. And I have light the candle of grace. If you are becoming somebody, Aquarius, who wants to be more present in the preservation of the environment and this world that we're in, good. Please do that. We need it. But if you don't proselytize and don't try to strong arm anybody into your belief system or shame them, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I'm not telling you to just like keep this to yourself. I'm just telling you like watch how you... Sometimes when we decide we want to be like a warrior for like of light, or we want to be a healer, we want to be a planet saver, we want to be a community organizer, we tend to overcompensate for our own guilt and shame for like not stepping up sooner to the plate. So we start projecting onto other people and telling them how they should be. I have been that bitch before. Okay, like I'm speaking from experience on this. So just reel that in a little bit. Let people play their Sims. I'm going to put Captain Planet for Aquarius. I kind of love that. Pisces. Pisces, last but not least, all Pisces placements. So I think that message goes for everybody. Like, we really need to stop. And I have to watch this as a reader when I'm like giving advice. Like, be careful just how emphatic you are about like what people should do. They should. Nobody wants to fucking hear that shit. Nobody. What's going on here with Pisces? Observer. Very similar message as Aquarius. Very similar message. Except it's giving less I want to go out there and save it, and it's giving more climate grief. It's giving climate grief, Pisces. It's giving like here's the Empress showing up again. So she is like nature. She's Gaia, right? I have the oceans showing up here. Okay, so our strong connection to water. I have this really sad card that's Remember the Wooby. It's I don't know if you guys remember those horrifying fires in Australia back in 2020, and just like how much of a shock that was, how much of a wake-up call that was for a lot of people with how bad climate change is getting. And then I have for you, Pisces, the Observer and grounding. Be careful that you're not identifying with every single climate catastrophe that's happening. Like in the same way that I was telling like Cancer to pull back from like social media and the news, like if you notice that you're getting kind of drawn in or sucked in magnetically to like these horrifying stories about what's going on with the climate crisis, stop like that. Like even more so than with like the socio-political stuff going on right now, we can only control so much with that. We can control our wastefulness. We can control, if you want to plant a garden. I specifically bought a ton of pollinators when I first moved to this space because I want there to be bees and hummingbirds and all that. Like there are certain things you can do beyond that. The climate's going to do what the climate's going to do right now. Climate's going to do what the climate's going to do. And I know I'm going to sound a little bit weird when I say this, and this is not to suggest that humans are not a major contributing factor to everything going on right now, but the planet is going through her own cycles. Like we had a volcano erupt in Tonga last year, I think it was, or 2023, and it was one of the biggest volcanic eruptions in recorded history, and it put so much water vapor up into the atmosphere that it sped up climate change by like a lot. Like the Earth is also doing her own thing. This is part of her natural cycles, and it's still scary to witness and really difficult. When you read headlines about pollinators going, like it's a lot, but Pisces, you're so sensitive to this that it might be impacting your mental health in a way that's not great. So I'm just gonna write climate grief for Pisces. And then Ametra wanted me to pull a card for the collective. I did remember this time. She's going to protect herself. Yep. I almost said out loud, but like there was nobody for me to like tell this to when I was picking up trash on the beach yesterday. I'm like, dude, if we trash her, she's going to trash us back. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? The beach had some wonk. Okay, cycles is showing up for the collective. Let me see what the cycles are surrounding. Strength. There are days where you're going to feel strong. There are days when you're not. You don't always have to be one frequency, and you can't be. You don't always have to be the hero. You don't always have to be the whatever. Like energy is always changing and moving. Honor your energy, honor your cycles. Like when you feel strong, go act. Like if you feel like you're in a position to like change something or do something, go do that. Like take advantage of the energy while it's there. But do understand that because we and the planet are going through so many radical changes in such a short amount of time, like there are going to be potentially long moments where you need to fucking rest. Rest does not mean you're weak. Okay?